Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is in your part of the world. It turned out halfway decent day today. A little on the cool side this morning, overcast. But sun came out this afternoon and it warmed up into the 60s, so not too bad. Looks like gonna have a fairly warm week, and the next weekend it's supposed to drop down into the 50s. But still better than what a lot of places are getting. I see we get a few people in here now. Eddie was first in here. Hello, Eddie. Hello, Sal. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Joanne. I know everyone's wondering about updates from Sal. He communicates with me regularly, so I do know that his bus is in the shop. I think it's been about 3 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, Sal. Hello, Carol. We got rain yesterday. They were supposed to take a look at it in a couple days. Well, a couple days hasn't happened yet. Last he heard from them, they said they'd get to it Monday. So that's his hold up right now. So once he gets that back, then he's got to get it loaded up, get the cages secured in it for his animals and stuff. He's got to get it painted also. And then he should be ready to make the trip. Yeah, as he said here in the comments, hoping to get it done this week and leaving next week. And I hope I can get the guy here that I want to do a little excavating work for me. He said he'd come and look at the job either Friday or today. And he hasn't come yet. I haven't heard from him. So I'm hoping he does come, because I came up with a different spot to park your camper, Sal. I think it's going to be a better spot. I'd like to get it flattened out a little bit. Dig into the bank a little bit, flatten that out, and then get a load of whatever's available for a reasonable price. Gravel, stone. I really don't know what's available around here for a reasonable price. And then that should be a better spot. Plus, it's an area that I've been wanting to get flattened out a little bit anyways. And it's going to be easier getting it in there. Because the original spot I was thinking, that's on a slope. So one side of the camper is going to be sitting up pretty high. And I think it's going to be pretty difficult to maneuver it in there. So this spot would be better. Or we can make it work even if I can't get the guy here to flatten it out. But, hey guys. Yeah, Dream's got this thing about just out of the blue attacking another cat. mainly the girls that she's going after. I don't know why she's doing that. But whenever she does it, then they all have to go see what's going on. Yep. Carol, we got our rain yesterday. We got about 2 inches. We're in a moderate drought. It would have been nice if it could have held off for a little while and let it dry up from the winter and then get the rain to help with the water table, but we got it anyways. So that gets me a little extra mud right now. Hello, Reverend Joe. I don't blame you, Sal. I know you planned on being down here months ago. Hello, DJ Turneroo. Yeah, the other spot there, that's going to be just as easy to get water and electric to. So they're both going to be convenient spots. It's just the one I'm thinking now. It'd just be a little bit better. Be easier to get maneuvered in there. And it won't crowd the driveway either. I don't know if there's any crushed up concrete available around here, Sal. Hello, the Moose. Hello, Pinchuko. Guess I'm down the bottom chat here. Well, Candy King came over to sit next to me. And here's Candy Cane, my newest mama. She's got 5 out of her 7 kittens, and those 5 seem to be doing good. Her and Dream are taking turns taking care of them. That works out good. And then cousin Sylvester gets in there with them. Well, sometimes he'll eat the same time the little ones eat too. And he'll be grooming the little kittens and stuff. He was here a few minutes ago. Oh, there he is over there. Yeah, and the thumbnail today is Sylvester. A couple nights ago, he figured out how to climb up in the chair with me. And since then, pretty much anytime I'm in the chair, he's in the chair. Yeah, I'm not going to try to pick her up. Fluffy's right here. Come here, Rose. Rose. Come on. Rose. Come here. Come here, Rose. Come on. Come on. Come on, Rose. Everyone wants to see you. Come on. Oh, you got to see Rose's tail. There she is. She's being camera shy today. Make sure I didn't miss anyone here. A 60 where you are, Joanne? I think we're a little higher than that. And speaking of Dream, here she is. Um, $62 here. Well, cloudy where you are, Joanne, so that's going to keep the temperature down. And sunny here. It was only in the 50s this morning when it was overcast early afternoon. And once the sun came out, then it went up into the 60s. Yeah, that's definitely something that you can look into, Sal. I don't know exactly where you would look for a grant, but I know I can talk to a few people and get some ideas which direction to head there. Yep, Joanne, I know you love all the kitties. Hello. Um, is it Shilsa Shell? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get collars for these black ones, Joanne. Hard for me to tell them apart. I can tell Dixie because of her eyes, and she's short-haired. My other black ones are long-haired. I can tell Fluffy because she's got a white spot under here, and the toes on her rear left foot are white. So usually you can see either her toes or you can see her chin, and you can tell who she is. And then to tell the difference between Dream and Blackie, right now, and I don't know if it'll always be the case, Blackie's got some long hair in her ears. So you got to take a pretty good look at those two to tell which is which. I had two identical long-haired black cats years ago. You literally could not tell them apart, mother and daughter. You could not tell them apart by looks. They had slightly different personalities, and you'd have to keep track of their personality to be able to tell them apart. Hello, Eunice. Yep. I know it's been cold up there, Sal. That is always so nice when you can see the ground again. Our snow stuck around here for about 2 weeks this year. The last few days, the ground wasn't completely covered, but it was about 2 weeks before it all melted. Oh, in fact, I didn't notice them today when I was in Waldron, but yesterday, there was still a snowbank at one of the businesses where they plowed the parking lot. So that was 3 weeks. But I drove right past her. I didn't notice it today. There wasn't much yesterday. So that's probably gone. And I know at the grocery store, they had some pretty good banks there. But they broke that up last Friday night, I think it was, when I was there. And they had broke that up on Friday, spread it out. So that's probably all gone now, too. So I don't think there's any signs of snow left around here now. Here's Sylvester. I named him Sylvester because of the white going up to his forehead and his black nose. Because I had a cat years ago named Sylvester that had a similar face. That Sylvester had more white on him than this Sylvester, but the markings on his face were similar. Hey, Lily. I knew about looking. Lily's always jumping from the tree down in the back of the chair. And if I happen to be reclined all the way back, he lands on my head sometimes too. Oh, sorry to hear that, Joanne. I saw last night there was a tornado in Mississippi, I believe it was, and there was possibly one in Texas. Yeah, I've never purposely raised snails, but I've had snails raise themselves before. Shalisa. Okay, I'll try to remember that. And again, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. Hey, Dream. Come over and feed Sylvester. And now Sylvester doesn't want anything to do with me. Mama's here. I shouldn't stay long. He'll come back now because she hopped down. Well, Sal, you know what? They call me at the diner that I go to Cat Daddy. Hello, John. Oh, yeah, I remember when I was living in New York having snow from. Well, I know one year it came in October and never left till spring. But normally, mid to late November. Hello, Bulldogs. Yeah, I gotta look up to see how this winter ranked. I know, and they were basing it from Little Rock. I know it was the fourth longest period of time that Little Rock had ever had an inch of snow continuously on the ground. And it looked like it was going to be probably second or third place this year. Hello, Judy. Hello, Tony. Hello, Jonesy. I've got 24, John. Don't blame me, Sal. Not at all. My only regret is I didn't leave sooner. Oh, yeah. I'll have a good time sitting here drinking my coffee. Here. Hey, Sylvester. Sylvester will be 6 weeks old on Wednesday. He's a smart little thing. Very helpful. He's helping out with newborn kittens. Hello, Rick. Well, I usually end up going over stuff more than once anyway, so. Yeah. Anything north of where I am, DJ Turneroo, the weather sucks. Sylvester, what you doing? What you doing? Huh? You gonna lick my hand? There you go. Hello, Mason. Yeah, I don't know how I did it for all those years, Joanne. Well, I do kind of know. When I was younger and able to get around, it didn't bother me as bad. But then when I got older, cold started bothering me. Couldn't walk through the snow. That is when it really started bothering me. Well, that was Sweetie that just dropped in. Yeah, she just rolling around. Hello, Emily. Well, that's understandable, DJ Turneroo. Yep, Sweetie dropped in for a minute. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, Emily. I'm gonna make some changes in my diet to, to hopefully feel a little better. Here we go. Yeah, I just wanted to check on the channel, see if I was subscribed to it, which I was, and add a moderator. Well, I'm gonna make changes with my coffee, Emily. I think I might have to eliminate coffee at the diner because that seems to be there's something that seems to be messing with my stomach, and I think it's their coffee. I put the stevia and almond milk in it at home just like I do there, but it doesn't bother me as bad here. So I think I'm going to switch to unsweetened tea, especially with summer on the way, and see if that makes a difference. And I'm also wondering if possibly I'm adding too much butter. Because I know fat has always messed with my stomach. So it's either the coffee or it could be too much butter. Now, I don't use their creamer, Mason. I take my own almond milk. No, actually, butter is good, Emily. That's easy way to get the fat to where you need it to be. If I don't know if possibly it's the butter at the diner, which I don't think it is. I think it is the coffee because 90% of the time, I have scrambled eggs and bacon. But the other 10% of the time, if I have something different, it still bothered me. In fact, I heard last night before, someone talking about people putting butter in their coffee to try to increase their fat intake. And she said she just couldn't do it, and I don't think I can put butter in my coffee either. Yeah, I know what they have there. It's marked butter, but it's those individual packets that you get at restaurants. So it doesn't have all the ingredients listed and stuff. It says butter on it, but I don't know, sometimes I wonder. Hello, Gary. I actually leave my butter out. What I do, I store it in the refrigerator, and then I'll take it out one stick at a time, let it soften up, and then when that one's almost gone, I get another stick out. Because I hate trying to spread cold butter. I'm not doing too bad, Gary. They have a little bit, Gary. I've only got two that really go after it. I let them have a little bit. No, they don't lick the stick. Well, I shouldn't say they don't, because Candy Cane does. I don't let her lick the stick. But what I'll do, I'll put a little bit on the shelf for her to lick off the shelf. That's what I'm wondering, Mason. And I'm putting that in my scrambled eggs because I'm trying to be more healthy and maybe I'm working against myself. You mean a butter dish like this? I saw this on Jesse and Lisa's giveaway a few weeks ago. I think it was not their last one, the one before. They gave one of these away, so I looked it up on Amazon because I liked it. I got it. I just gotta get this washed out, but it's just been sitting here on the stand next to my chair ever since I got it. Kind of forgot I had it down there on the bottom shelf. But you put water in this part here, line in there. Oh, where is it? And if anyone heard that, that was Sylvester knocking my cane over. Oh, there it is. There's a line in there about a half inch from the bottom. You put water in there, then you put the butter in here, and you put in there, and the water preserves it. You just take it out, and this will sit right on the shelf, so you get the butter out. And maybe tonight I'll actually remember to get out to the kitchen, get it washed, so I can start using it. Yep, you put water in the bottom of it, and then the butter's up above the water. But it creates a seal in there, and the butter will last longer than just sitting out. Yep, I'd never seen them until Jesse and Lisa gave one away. Jesse was telling how it worked and stuff, and they're both very happy with it. Well, I'm going to look them up. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. Maybe I could go back to Amazon and look in the description, because it might tell in there exactly how it works. Hey, don't chew on that. No, don't chew on that. Sylvester almost disconnected us. He was chewing on the cable from the camera. Hello, Des. Yeah, it makes sense, Gary. Hello, Ace. Ace has been a member for 25 months. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. Yep, butter's fat. Des been a member for 26 months. Thank you, Des. I appreciate that. Well, that guinea's sure making a lot of noise out there. Yeah, I think that guinea's lonely. But she won't go in the coop with the rest of the birds. And kind of hate to let them out right now. Because they wouldn't be in a run, they'd just be free ranging. And that can cause problems. Of course, if I went around the perimeter of the dog fence and just made sure that there's nothing they're going to be able to get through, as long as the birds didn't come into the dog run, then they probably would be okay. Hey. Oh, we got to take that off. Sorry to hear that, Reverend Joe. Sorry to hear that, Gary. Well, for any of you that weren't in here Wednesday, Bandit went for her blood work on Wednesday, and that was 5 weeks since her surgery, and all of her numbers are back to normal. Because I can't remember everything that was out of whack, but I know her BUN was high, her glucose was high, a couple of the other numbers weren't right. But that was all because of being sick and being dehydrated. You know, they said on Wednesday everything was perfect. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Rick. Yep, actually, I've heard of that, Ace. What you doing? Now, Sylvester, over here pawing on my arm. Why aren't you paying me attention? Don't bite. Don't bite, Sylvester. Hello, Wanda. Don't pull my beard. Think he's gonna be a little monster, just like his father. Aren't you? Huh? You gonna be a little monster, just like your father? Don't bite. Well, Sal, I don't know how attached you are to your chickens, but if you're not attached to them, if you do end up leaving them, you can get chickens pretty easy. When I moved down here, I only had 6 chickens, and they definitely were coming with me. Hey, stop. Yep, that's right, Mason. They are cute, but he's gonna be a little monster. His father's Felix, and when Felix was younger, he was a little monster too. Well, he's still a little monster, and he's gonna be a year old the 21st of next month, and he's still a monster. And Dino was a monster when he was younger too. See, Dino will be 3 in April. He finally calmed down. Well, they all have their own little personalities. Yep, the little monsters are so cute. Yeah, I've drank monsters before. I'm not real big on energy drinks, so I've never had them too much. Well, you know what I had vet tell me one time, Wanda? He told me a cat or a dog that raises heck and like that is healthy. Hello, DJ. Okay, I'll have to check that out, DJ. Hello, Ark Wild Man. Yeah, it's pretty safe that there's a cat in every room right now. Well, there goes Sanford in the kitchen. I know the one in the kitchen. There's several here in the living room with me. Um, Daisy just went in the cat room. There's one in there. And the last I knew, Bandit was in the bathroom. Dixie was in the bedroom. So, yep, there's a cat in every room. Maybe I should be drinking an energy drink right now. And I even had a short nap this afternoon. Wasn't a long one, but I slept for probably a half hour or so. Hello, John. Yep, a cat nap. That's right, Earthworld Man. And I had cats napping with me, too. Sylvester fell asleep. You sleep, Sylvester? Yep, he's asleep. Yeah, they can fall asleep so quick. Well, thank you, Arkwilde Man. And he is a little cutie. He woke up. Yeah, I think you were talking about the kitten, Arkwilde Man. My biggest cat is Oreo. He's 11 pounds, but I don't know why he's not heavier. To look at him, he's bigger than any of the other cats. And when you pick him up, he feels a lot heavier than that. But they weighed him at the vet's office at 11 pounds, and I've weighed him here at 11 pounds. And then I got a couple of them that are 9 pounds. You see, Sanford's 9 pounds. I think he might be just a hair over 9. Dino's 9 pounds. And Teddy's 9 pounds. Hello, Big Family Expedition. Yeah, I couldn't believe when they told me at the vet's office that he was 11 pounds. I was guessing him at least 13 pounds. I got home, I weighed him. They were right. Exactly 11 pounds, right on the dot. Yeah, most of my cats are long-haired. Here comes Teddy. He comes all the way up. He's long-haired. Oriole's long-haired. Daisy's long-haired. Domino's long-haired. Sylvester's going to be long-haired, I think. His hair seems to be getting pretty long. He's 5.5 weeks old. And then, let's see, Rose is long-haired. Fluffy's long-haired. Tiger and Blackie. What other ones? Well, it would have been easier just to go through the short-haired ones. And it's funny because over the years, I've always had many more short-haired than long-haired. But now, I just have more long-haired ones. A lot more. Hello, Vince. Okay, you have a good night, DJ Turneroo. Hello, Plywood. I'm going to look at my list of cats here. Then I can tell you better how many long-haired. Well, I'm gonna go out 19 because the youngest ones I can't tell yet. But out of 19, there's 12. I'd say definitely long haired. One kind of in between, and then the other 6 are short haired. Yes, Wanda. I watched Jeff's video at breakfast this morning. Well, what I did, Reverend Joe, is I have a list on my phone of all the cats, so I can then every so often, once a day, twice a day, I go through it and check all of them off as I see them. So at least once a day, I know for sure that I have seen every cat. Just like when Bandit got so sick beginning of January, I didn't see her for about 3 days. I should have went looking for her. So that's why I do that. Because I can see them all and know if there's something wrong with them at least once a day. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Hello, Shane. What's not working, Gary? Yeah, I got 2 I'm taking to the vet on Friday. Felix and Tiger are going for blood work. And if everything looks good, they're going to get neutered on Tuesday. Well, thank you, Gary. I see what you're doing. Trying to get that crown. Nope, don't mind at all. Yeah, I see you got it, Gary. Then Joanne, Arlene, Sal, and Eddie all have 150 points. Yeah, licking it's not good, Emily. I didn't know this, but I was reading, and it was from a vet that commented on it, that if a dog licks a wound from, well, not a wound, but a incision from surgery, one lick, that can get infected. I always thought it was if they continuously licked it, it was a problem. But that was saying one lick, it can get infected. Yep, Sal, daily head count. And I'll tell them, I say, okay, time for me to take attendance. Yeah, if you just got a couple, you can keep track of them. But with this many cats, well, like with Band, I didn't really think about not seeing her. I was thinking back. Well, I knew I hadn't seen her in a while. So I went looking for her. And then when I found her and saw how sick she was, I started figuring back, wait a minute. Today's Sunday. I haven't seen her since Thursday. Where if I'd been checking every day, I could have caught that before she got so sick. As it turned out, everything was okay, but don't like to let them get that sick. Where it gets to the point that the vet says, I don't know if she'll make it through surgery. Yep, dog's doing great, Sal. Yeah, that's weird. I know other people I've heard about being like that. They're afraid of needles that have blood drawn, but they got tattoos all over their body. And I'm the opposite. The needles for blood don't bother me, but you're not getting near me with a tattoo machine. Funny you mentioned that, Reverend Joe. Ask Amy if bougie is expensive. Because that's the first thing I thought of was Amy. Well, you know, Wanda, the point system is messed up. Because I've seen times where someone will be chatting right along, someone comes in, makes one comment, and go right to first place. Well, you're in 16th place, but you got 75 points. There's a bunch of people with 75 points. But here's a good example. Tony made 2 comments under Judy's name. 8th place. 75 points. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if people just come in or if I missed a couple people, because I'm seeing 2 names on here that I haven't seen yet. Okay, there's Lee. He just came in. That's why I saw him on the Crown game. Hello, Lee. Hey, behave, kids. Hello, Resident Rev. You know, speaking of a special cream, Emily, Dream had a sore on the back of her neck. I'm not exactly sure how it happened. The vet asked me, I took a picture and stopped into a picture one day and asked her, is this something I need to make an appointment for? And she asked me if I put any flea medicine on her lately. And I said, it's in the spot where you would put flea medicine, but no, she hadn't had any flea medicine in 3 or 4 months. And that just started a week or so ago. She wasn't exactly sure what it was, but she told me to put triple antibiotic cream on it. She told me that's perfectly fine to use on cats. I never knew that. And she said if they lick it, it doesn't taste good, and they'll drool, but it won't hurt them. So that was good to know because I've had cats try to lick it off my arm or leg or whatever when I put it on before. And I've always tried to push them back, not let them lick it. And he told me if it doesn't get better in a few days, then make an appointment. And you know, within 2 or 3 days, that was starting to heal up. And I would say within a week, healed right up. Yeah, that makes sense, plywood. Yeah, with 7 kids to keep track of. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anyone here. Hello, Candace. No, you don't need to be typing in chat, Sylvester. No. Hey, tell you what. Back up, you stay off the keyboard, okay? Thank you. Hello, Jim. Well, I'm fine with a hot summer. I know you're probably a little warmer where you are than it is here, but not a problem, Resident Rev. Well, in this case, it wouldn't have been cheaper Ace because I already had the triple antibiotic cream. A tube of that will go a long ways, too. Well, thank you, Wanda. Yeah, that's what the vet says, too. And say my animals get a lot more medical care than most animals do. Well, thank you, Sal. No, that's what I should start doing, Reverend Joe. I should do what Eddie does. Every $2 in Super Chat gets your name on the wheel. Then after a certain point, spin the wheel and winner can choose something in my bonfire store. I'm going to do that eventually. Well, I'm going to try it, see how it works out. Or, probably better yet, talk to Jamie and order something from her store. She actually has a better selection than Bonfire. Yeah, I had dreams of renovating a camper at one time. I purposely was looking for a camper that would just, excuse me, that was just a shell, so I could do off the inside the way I wanted it. Ended up not getting it done. I just lived in it with just the way it was. I didn't have money enough to do the renovations. Hello, Joy. Thank you, Des. I appreciate that. Now I was just thinking today that I got to order more cat food because I have a feeder in the kitchen and a feeder in the cat room, and I keep a bag of food in each room so it's easy to fill the feeders. And I emptied both of those bags of feed today. And I think I've only got 2 bags left now. Yeah, I think I only have 2 bags. There are 2 or 3, but I think it's 2. And normally, when I get down to 2 bags, when I reorder it. Well, thank you, Des. I appreciate it. Well, that put Des in first place. Okay, John. You have a good night. Or maybe I'll see you later. How is it being shipped, Des? If it's going by mail, there's no mail tomorrow. There'll be UPS and FedEx, but no mail because it's a federal holiday. The kitties are great, Des. Yeah, that's what I did, Resident Rev. The first camper I lived in, I moved my car into a camper. None of my cats go outside, Emily. They're all inside cats. Yeah, I had buy me a coffee at one time, Mason. I did not like that at all. Let me see. I think it was getting the money from them was an awful hassle. Yes, Joy. The fifth wheel was the first one I had. That was completely gutted. It was just, well, the floor had been well, can't really say redone. There was a new floor put in it. They put down new floor joists and plywood. And then everything was taken out of that. So it was just studs and the metal on the outside. That was it. Plus, it was a lot cheaper than anything else I could get too. Hello, Tiffany and Brian. Yeah, Emily. If they need medical attention, they get it. Yeah, I paid $450 for my first camper. It probably was a little more than it was worth, but the guy needed the money, so that's why he wouldn't sell for any less. And it was the only thing I could find. Because anything else, you were looking at $1,500, $2,000. Yep, Sal. You're able to get a lot of help from YouTube. That's for sure. A lot of good people on YouTube. I'm going to try it someday, Emily. No, I can't do one now. Because I can't get all that set up while I'm live. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to do get the super chats and then set the wheel up and have it for the following live. Well, Eddie, he knows where his mother is. She's right there. And he knows where the food dish is. So if he's really hungry, he would be laying here with me. I used to have a lot more male cats than female, but now I've got out of the 19, got 8 boys and 11 girls. And with the 5 youngest ones, I don't know. I haven't checked them yet. Hi, Lily. I think Lily's gonna. Yep. Just gonna say, I think Lily's gonna jump up on the tree. I'll get back. Yep, it sure is, Sal. Oh yeah, I'm not doing too bad, Tiffany. And you mess with Eddie all you want. Um, you asked me what it's all about, Gary. I'm assuming you're talking about buy me a coffee. It's the thing you can add to your channel where people can donate money to you. But I had problems getting the money from them because they wanted a bank account. They wouldn't accept PayPal or anything like that. So I never did end up getting my money from them. They refunded all the money. Hello, Tim. You got that right. Devil Dog is a bot. But now I do have a bank account now. So maybe I should look into that again. Yeah, Arlene is great at dropping links. And I will never figure out how she does it as fast as she does. Well, thank you, Tiffany. Eddie isn't real. Well, Gary, you're real on YouTube Police. Everyone's afraid of you. But when you're on Belt Loop, then people might say you're fake. Well, having a clean title is worth something right there. Yep, Joy. That one I was living in when I started doing YouTube, that, well, the refrigerator worked in it. I never hooked it up to propane, but it worked on electric. It's just, I would have had to leave my generator running all the time to run the refrigerator. And actually, I couldn't hook any of the appliances up to propane because someone had rerouted some of the lines in it. And then instead of up by the Hicks where you normally keep two propane tanks, they went out the side with it. And back underneath the camper, they cut the line. So I would have had to get underneath there, get that line fixed, and then I don't know what the rest of the lines are like. And same thing with the water. Water lines are changed around on it. But it was insulated. So that was a big improvement over the first one I did. because they had about 2 inches of that heavy styrofoam insulation. Okay, Des, you have a good night. Yep, 29 in chat. Yep, cats are very independent. Well, Joy, sometimes cats are just mixed together, but sometimes they do kind of separate like that. There'll be certain girls will stick together and certain boys will stick together. Well, other than being very tired, I'm not feeling too bad right now, Ace. Yep, this community does have a lot of good people. Yep, I got a lot of good zookeepers, Wanda. Yep, same here, Emily. For years, the only time I watched anything on YouTube was if I was doing something, working on my car or something, and need to know how to do something. That was the only thing I used YouTube for. No, I can't do it, Emily. Otherwise, it's going to be 15 minutes of me not saying anything and just messing around with it. Because look how many times Eddie's done it. And still, when he's setting his wheel up, he tells everyone, hey, I'm going to be getting this wheel set up. You guys go ahead and talk. So if Eddie can't do it, I know I can't do it. Yeah, he mentioned that earlier, Wanda. If he didn't already commented in here, I'll give you the update on that. Well, you're welcome, Arlene. Yeah, here's sales update. Hoping the bus be done this week and should be leaving next week if everything goes as planned. I don't blame you one bit, Sal. Been almost 3 years since I left New York, and I have absolutely no desire to go back at all. Is there a few people I wouldn't mind seeing? Well, of course there is. But to go back to New York just to visit, I really don't care to. Hey, Smokey. How you doing? Yep, I know he's planning on it, Joy. Hello, Anne. Hello, Mark. Yeah, the water heater in my old camper was taken out, and I think that's why one of the reasons they went out through the side with the propane lines and the water lines. Because it looked like they had an on-demand water heater mounted to the side of the camper. Yep, that happens, Wanda. Yep, that's right, Joy. You know, things got so much better when I got to Arkansas. Yep, Wanda. Best thing I ever did was move to Arkansas. Okay, you have a good night too, Resident Rev. Even though you're probably gone now. Probably could be a movie, Joy. Okay, Tom. Hello, Judy. Hello, Tony. See you, Smokey. Hello, Rick. Well, thank you, Emily. Yep, still here, Judy. Can't get the bomb of chat. Well, I was about 12 minutes behind, and now I'm only about 4 minutes behind. Oh, that's good, Sal. Always good to have that option available. Hello, Milton. Just check to make sure I'm subscribed to you, and I am. Reverend Dream is on right now, Sal. He started at 6 o'clock, so it'll be 7 o'clock your time. Jamming with Jesus is tonight. Yeah, I'm sure you already played my song. Hello, Katie. Yep, that's right, Reverend Joe. Mama Cat dropped out of sight. But I'm only about 2 minutes behind now. So I'm catching up. Oh, yeah, Emily? You want to bet? He usually, I'm assuming you're talking about Reverend Dream Cell. He usually ends between 8 and 8:30. Those sound good, Katie. I'm almost there, Emily. Yeah, I know, Joanne. I've got just over 2 hours to get to the grocery store. I gotta go get some cookies, all because of Katie. Hello, Peyton Samuels. Oh, I like these videos. Midnight Waterfall, Golden Waterfall, Susan Waterfall, Cozy Fireplace. Yeah, I'll be checking your channel out. That's for sure. Well, I'm doing the keto, Wanda. It's not quite as strict as carnivore. But I think I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna start with the coffee from the diner because something is messing with my stomach. Oh, not a problem, Peyton Samuels. You know, when I see that someone actually's got a channel, if it's just someone that comes in that doesn't have any subs or anything, and not someone I've seen before, I don't mind. But if it's a channel like yours where you've got 200 and 250 some subscribers, there's a good chance you'll get a mod. No, no sugar. Well, see, we're down to 23 people now. Hey, Rose. You want to come over? Yeah, come on, Rose. Come on. Well, now you can see Rose. beautiful cat. And the legs that you see come up wrapping around my arm is Candy Cane. Well, I've been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. I think it's about time to call it a night. Yep. I remember that, Eddie. I used to end the live until I dropped below 10 people. If I had 10 people or above, I wouldn't end the live. That's how some of my earlier lives there went 4, 5, 6 hours, one of them 8 hours. But I want to hit 2 more lives tonight if I don't fall asleep. But I am getting pretty tired. Yep, it sure was dark, Eddie. Yeah, because I used to have to do my lives outside in order to hit the neighbor's Wi-Fi. And then I was able to use the data on my phone after a while. Here's Sweetie. But I'll have another live Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night. Yep. You've been here since just about the beginning, Eddie. In fact, I think Gary looked up how long he'd been subscribed to me, and I think he was subscribed to me about a month after I started my channel. And I think you were just about the same time. Okay, have a good night, everyone.